Clip shows are just never a good idea, and this is what we get with the best day ever. I've just noticed the score for this on IMDb. The episode as a whole, it aired with "So Funny I Forgot to Laugh," which is actually a really powerful episode and one that I rate very highly. That, coupled with the best day ever, has 2.6 out of 10 on IMDb, which is only across 40 reviews and ratings, so it's not a massive pool of opinions, but that's really amused me. Clip shows are never a good idea. They never work. And this one didn't. This is the second segment of the 10th season of the 10th episode of the 16th season of Arthur. And Arthur and Buster, Binky, Sue Ellen, and George are all just hanging around outside, lazing in the grass, and they start to talk about what their best ever day was. And obviously, when they're talking about that, we see the clips from previous episodes to illustrate their best day. And I didn't care for it at all. Maybe had I not binged Arthur over the last few months and I hadn't seen a lot of those episodes in a very long time, that might be different. But let's remember this was released in 2013. I'm not entirely sure if Arthur was online in 2013, but we were definitely in binge watching territory at that point. I'm sure it would have been on some kind of, kid centered app or something. Please feel free to, corroborate if you know anything about that. But we're definitely in the era of binge watching at this point. We don't need a clip show. And it just feels lazy and pointless. And yes, for a second it made me think, what was my best day ever? And honestly, I'm not entirely sure, but it's probably the day I went to either New York or California. I mean, that wasn't a single day, but one of those days. So yeah, it did provide me with a moment of reflection. So it's not all bad. And there was a beautiful bit in it, actually, which I'll discuss in a second with a spoiler warning once I've finished rambling about everything else. One bit that I thought was kind of moving, but generally, it's not good. Maybe I don't agree with 2.6, especially for the episodes as a whole, because I've really enjoyed So Funny I Forgot. Well, enjoyed isn't the right word. I was very moved by that episode. I can't get over that rating. Yeah, the best day ever is certainly the worst episode ever. I'd say this is the worst episode of Arthur so far in all of the 16 seasons. There could be a clip show before this that I can't remember, and that may be a contender too if that's the case. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it's rated very low. So the spoiler, right at the end, something quite beautiful was said, and it's the fact that I think it was Sue Ellen, but I could be wrong, who pointed out that Arthur was in all of their best days, and that without him, their best days wouldn't have been what they were. And I thought that was so sweet, especially as obviously Arthur is at the centre of the TV show, so it makes sense that he's at the centre of those episodes. Or even if he's not the centre of the episode, he's the centre of maybe the resolution or helps with some other kind of conflict resolving. And it made me think, yeah, he is, even when he's not seemingly integral to the story. He usually steals the limelight in one way or another. The best day ever is most certainly not the best episode ever. I cannot really praise it too much.